So I'm 21 now. October 6th is my birthday, and this year of 2022, I'm 21.
I'm too tired.
And I'm still trying my best to heal,
Keeping myself busy so that I don't break down like this.
and to have better mindsets about life, about myself. And I'm just hoping 21 can be a period of, I don't know, living instead of surviving. I'm uncertain, a mess, pieces of puzzles that have formed and changed in unlimited ways. I'm already tired. Tired of this world around me, everything in it. That doesn't mean I won't try. Because if reaching 21 means something, I think these 21 things I learned are the reasons why.
So realistically, I do not have so many clips of my life to be able to put into every single lesson that I've learned. So some of them is you're gonna watch me talk.
I will never be home like I used to be.
I just want to go.
Home is everything, not just the physical space, but the people who are home, my family. They are absolutely the entire universe and more.
But I wanna go home. I've got to go home.
To come to terms that my life will never be the same as when I was 10, leaving home just to come back in their arms a few hours later, that life is gone, and it hurts.
I was with my family for the summer, and I really did feel like I was living and not on survival mode there.
It hurts, but when I remember that my presence is still in their hearts, just like theirs and mine, I take a deep breath and continue with this journey called life.
Being grateful and full from small things in life. Like one of the skills that I'm most proud of is this. I have nothing in my heart but just gratefulness. I don't want something bigger. I don't want something grander. I don't want something greater. I'm just happy with what I have. I'm happy and full and grateful for everything.
As long as you're healthy, as long as you're happy, you're going to get there one way or the other. Because in the end, what keeps us going? A working mind and soul. Happiness doesn't have to wait. Don't sacrifice your happiness now while reaching for happiness in the future. The more we store it away, the more time that certain happiness can fade away.
You don't owe anyone an explanation for the things that make you happy. Like, I don't know how to elaborate on this one either. Like, you just do not. I simply think that if you're someone who can be happy just watching other people happy, that you're one of the best people. Hands down. If it makes you happy, I am happy. That's it, point blank. We don't owe anyone an explanation. You do not owe anyone an explanation. I don't owe anyone an explanation. And if there's someone who can't respect that, who can't understand that, red flag.
You deserve without having to accomplish something to deserve. Something I had to unlearn, something I had to realize was one of my most damaging mindsets, was believing I deserved something, whether it was love, food, attention, happiness, peace, only when I earned it. I used to think I deserved happiness only when I accomplished something to make others happy. I only deserved good food when I'm under a certain weight. I only deserved peace after I've endured pain. I deserve whatever it is I deserve in this life because I simply deserve it, because I simply exist.
Success in your life does not have to be success in other people's eyes. I think this is one of the biggest things that, I don't know, like, I think we're just rooted to think that success only means success if other people think it's success as well. Do you get it? If it's success to you, it's success to you, and that's all that matters. We always think that success has to be this big thing that everyone can congratulate you for. And sometimes it's as simple as like, oh, today I smiled. I smiled widely and genuinely. And I'm like, that's success. You don't have to always strive for big successes in life. Sometimes the smaller things can also be success.
It's okay to not know anything. It's okay to be lost. Sometimes we get asked, why? Why do we do certain things and not others? Make one decision and not an alternate. And most of the time, my answer is, I don't know. Saying I don't know makes us feel like we're the only ones who are lost. Like we're the only ones who are stuck in this world full of action. I found peace in the phrase, I don't know. Because what's wrong with not knowing? I do what I need to do, go where I need to go, and move through each day, not because I know exactly where I'm headed, but because I hope one day I will find out. I don't need to know who I am now, who I want to be in the future. Life is about building myself one day after another. To accept that I don't need to be in a specific category that defines me as a person. I'm a writer, a poet, but just as I am a dancer, a video creator and editor. I'm an introvert with plenty to say, a fashionista, but I have those days when I just want to be cuddled up in a hoodie. A makeup enthusiast to feel good about myself or to hide the nights I cry myself to sleep. Oftentimes, I just want to be a shadow and hide. The next day, I want to be a bright light that shines. I am darkness, but I'm also bright. I am sadness and lost, but I am still a fighter who knows what to fight for.
Trust your gut and trust your instinct. I think there's been like many times when I'm like, I do not feel like doing this, because we're trained to be like, oh, don't listen to that. You're just making excuses, whatever. But I truly think that your gut feeling and your instincts are like a sign to yourself. It shouldn't hurt to listen to yourself here and there. Life is a lot of pretending. I'm sorry I said it. It may sound kind of depressing. I don't think everything is fake, but there are times when you realize that a lot of things are pretending, because every time we go out, we're different versions of ourselves, right? We're not always the same version. And I just think life is acting.
Life is not easy. It really never will be. I guess the quicker you realize this, the better you'll be able to adapt. But you have to be the one to find beauty in it, whether big or small. I am everything I used to be, everything I changed to be, and everything I will be. I've heard a lot that to move on, we have to let go of our past and our past selves. But I disagree. Even if past me held a lot of hurt and pain, it doesn't mean I have to fully lose her. She was me and she also deserved better. Because of her, I learned to grow and change to be the me who I am now. Change, healing, and growth is forever, and I will continue to bring every part of me, past, present, or future, along in this journey.
Sometimes giving up is a sign of courage and bravery. Giving up is so hard, even harder than going on. It takes so much, just so much courage to be like, I can't do this anymore. I realized that everything that I strived for was everything I didn't want. And to come to like admit that to myself first was insane. Like it was so painful and so hard. There's nothing else that you've ever dreamed of but this. And now you say you can't do it. And now I'm starting something new. Even though I'm still scared, I'm still uncertain about this path as well, I still go on. So I just hope that everyone here takes away that giving up, saying that you can't do anymore, and putting yourself first, putting your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health first before trying so hard to reach something you know doesn't look good for you anymore, doesn't fit you anymore, that you are not a coward. You aren't a coward, you aren't a failure, but you are strong.
Wear your heart on your sleeves proudly. I grew up to be loud, honest, opinionated, and to wear my heart proudly on my sleeves. I know when to step up and fend for myself. I know that my values and morals, boundaries, opinions, thoughts, and feelings deserve to be heard and to be respected. No one can take that away from me. I want to be honest when it comes to myself. And to do that, I need to be honest about the world around me too.
Everyone is living their own story. So when it comes to people, do not take anything personally. Oh my god, I can't say the word. Don't take it personally. They have their own story, they have their own just mindset, their own they are their own world. The easier it is to brush anything off, you know? People don't think about you as much as you think they do. Stop being a people pleaser. Stop expecting kindness from people, even though you've been kind to them, but you can't always expect a give and take, you know? I'm not trying to say to not trust people, but it's just like, don't take anything personally, especially if they're like not close people to you, if they're not like family or like close friends or whatever. Everyone is living their own way, their own story. Anything that they say that they do to you, do not take it personally. That is on them, not on you.
There is so much power in being comfortable with being alone, being comfortable and to love ourselves in our truest form. When we're surrounded by external forces, we mold ourselves into a certain version to fit the environment. But when we're alone, we are the truest of true form of who we are, what we think, and how we feel. Only you can keep yourself alive. Healing and growth come from within, not from outside. I learned to feel whole alone. After all, to have a great connection with the world, we need to have the best connection with ourselves. We are our own world before we are in the world with others.
Be the role model you needed when you were a child. I think the lesson is just don't be resentful for someone that you didn't have in your life, and instead be that someone that you needed.
It's okay to not want to chase after things in life. Let things that are meant to be yours find you instead. In all of this chaos, it always seems like we need to be chasing after something. Dreams, goals, people, friends, ambitions, passions, whatever it is. Can't I just sail along the path that I call mine? That way it's easier to let go. It's easier to be surprised at what life brings. I truly believe that everything that's meant to be in my life will eventually come to me. Things that are meant to be mine exist because I exist. I am worth being seen, worth being remembered. Not necessarily by others, but for myself. There was a period of time in my life I wholeheartedly believed that I wasn't worth being remembered. I have learned to see myself, to remember myself, to cherish and accept every part of me that makes me, me. I am worth being seen and remembered.
Your life is yours to live. This life you're living, it's the only life you're going to live as the you that you've created up to this point. Live at your own pace. Build and create yourself. You don't have to know what you're doing because just by being here, you're enough. You should congratulate yourself for every little thing that you achieve. Even the smallest thing, like smiling. You're allowed to do that. You don't have to be okay all the time, but you have to promise, not to others, not to the world, but to yourself, that you'll get back up again. Because you are your life's priority. You are your life's most precious, precious treasure. And to end this, I really do not intend everything that I write to sound like a poem, to sound poetic, but it's just in my blood, I guess, that most of the things that I've written down as the things I've learned are things more about the person in me, like inside, more than anything outside. For the past few years, that's all I've been focusing on, like myself, more than bettering myself, just trying to heal myself, trying to understand myself more, trying to cope with this world more, knowing how I am. At 21, I fully realized how strong I was and how strong I am now. This youth is painful but beautiful, and I'm still going, I'm still holding on. I promise myself first and foremost that even if I fall down sometimes, I will get up, because I deserve chances no matter how many times I fall. I deserve happiness and to feel safe in my heart without pain. I deserve to cry when it hurts, and it doesn't mean I'm weak. I don't owe the world anything, but I owe myself all these 21 things. This life is mine to live. I'm uncertain, a mess, pieces of puzzles that have shattered, formed, changed in so many ways. But I will always have the strength to piece this beautiful puzzle over and over again.